The Strasbourg street bursts with life, a vibrant marketplace scene unfolding under the relentless sun. Stalls overflow with colorful fabrics and fresh produce, a feast for the eyes amid the bustling trade. Children, oblivious to the sweltering heat, dart through the crowded lanes, their laughter echoing through the timber-framed buildings. Townsfolk navigate the throng, their faces reflecting daily life's concerns and simple joys. The air shimmers with heat, a palpable sense of summer enveloping the heart of Strasbourg. In the heart of Strasbourg, a solitary figure emerges onto the street. Frau Trophia begins to dance, her movements unsettling and strange. Her body twists unnaturally, each movement a stark departure from the joy of dance. A grimace contorts her face, a mask of bizarre intensity. Her dance continues, a disturbing spectacle in the ordinary street. Each step and jerk amplifies the growing unease that ripples through the onlookers. In the bustling Strasbourg street, Frau Trophia becomes a spectacle, drawing curious onlookers. Laughter erupts among some, while hushed whispers ripple through the crowd, a mix of amusement and bewilderment coloring their faces. Confused murmurs fill the air as the crowd wonders at her strange performance. The sound of coins echoes on the cobblestones, mistaken offerings for a street performer landing near Frau Trophia's feet. The coins clatter around her, a misguided reward for her inexplicable dance. The crowd's reactions range from open mockery to quiet fascination as Frau Trophia dances on. In Strasbourg, Frau Trophia continues to dance, her persistence unwavering. Hours pass. Her movements grow increasingly frantic. Sweat drenches her clothes as she dances with unrelenting energy. The initial amusement fades, replaced by a growing sense of unease among the onlookers. The laughter dies down, mirroring the shift in atmosphere. A palpable tension fills the air as Frau Trophia's dance continues. In the dim light, Frau Trophia slumbers peacefully, unaware of the storm brewing around her. Her husband sits beside her, his gaze heavy with worry, his face etched with deep lines of concern. He stares at her, a silent tempest of confusion and fear raging within him. He grapples with the unknown, unable to comprehend the strange affliction that has befallen his wife. The streets of Strasbourg pulsate with an unsettling energy as dozens succumb to an uncontrollable dance. Frau Trophia stands at the epicenter, her presence a silent command to the growing frenzy. Tears stream down the faces of some dancers, a stark contrast to the screams of terror and exhaustion that fill the air. Despite their distress, the dancers are unable to halt their frenzied movements, their bodies enslaved to the rhythm. The scene escalates into a chaotic spectacle, a disturbing display of collective hysteria. Their feet are inextricably bound to the relentless rhythm, their bodies swaying and jerking against their will. Inside the town hall, the Strasbourg magistrates convene, their faces betraying deep concern. The air crackles with tension as heated debates erupt, each member grappling with the inexplicable dancing plague. Wild theories surface amidst the chaos, ranging from divine retribution to the specter of demonic influence. Each suggestion clashes against the others, a desperate attempt to understand the cause of the madness. In the heart of Strasbourg, the magistrates initiate the construction of a makeshift stage. Amid the marketplace bustle, a hopeful melody fills the air as musicians tune their instruments. The musicians begin to play, their music echoing through the crowded square. The magistrates watch with anticipation, believing the dancers will dance it out. Townspeople gather, drawn by the music and the promise of a spectacle. The stage is set, the music swells, and the crowd awaits the dance that will resolve all. In the heart of Strasbourg, musicians ignite a frenzied dance. The rhythm takes hold, and the dancing becomes increasingly intense. The Strasbourg street pulses with wild, violent energy. The dance spirals into chaos, a whirlwind of frenzied movement. In the grand church, a priest stands tall at the pulpit, his voice resonant. Sunlight paints the air with dancing dust as he declares, "This dancing plague is a scourge sent by God." His face, flushed with impassioned conviction, warns, "It is a punishment for our sins, for our wickedness." He implores, "We must repent. We must turn away from our sinful ways and seek forgiveness." His voice booms, promising salvation. Only then can we hope to be spared from this divine wrath. Bonfires erupt in the Strasbourg night, their flames licking at the darkness, as shadows dance wildly on the ancient cobblestones. Faces glow with primal energy, illuminated by the leaping flames as the dancers move with increasing fervor. The air crackles with heat and ancient rhythms, a frenzied dance to banish the lurking evil spirits. Shadows twist and writhe, mimicking the dancers' desperate attempts to ward off the unseen forces. The bonfires roar defiance against the night, casting an orange spell over Strasbourg as the dance intensifies. The sterile environment of the hospital buzzes with the focused activity of doctors. Concern etches deeply into the faces of the doctors as they huddle around the afflicted dancers. Doctors run a series of tests, their movements precise and urgent. They consult charts, searching for answers that remain elusive. Perplexed glances are exchanged, a silent acknowledgement of their shared bafflement. Despite their dedicated efforts, the cause of the mysterious affliction remains stubbornly unknown. In Strasbourg, the bustling streets turn into a scene of sudden chaos as people collapse, succumbing to an unseen exhaustion. The once lively atmosphere transforms into a harrowing tableau of bodies scattered across the streets, a stark testament to a silent, sweeping crisis. The streets become a graveyard of the living, as strokes and heart attacks claim victims without warning, leaving a trail of devastation. Amidst the unfolding catastrophe, the streets of Strasbourg are now a haunting display of human fragility, with each fallen figure telling a story of abrupt and tragic end. The vibrant energy of the city is replaced by a chilling stillness, broken only by the silent testament of bodies that now litter the once busy streets. Inside the town hall, a frantic energy fills the air as the magistrates gather, their faces etched with worry. They huddle around a table cluttered with maps and documents. The plague's relentless spread is evident in their desperate attempts to find a solution. Desperation hangs heavy, thick as the smoke from the sputtering oil lamps. The oil lamps flicker, casting long shadows that dance with the magistrates' growing despair. An atmosphere of impending doom settles over the room as the magistrates realize the gravity of their situation. The Strasbourg street is draped in sorrow as a family gathers, their faces mirroring a deep, inconsolable grief. A palpable weight hangs in the air, heavy with the memory of a life stolen by the bizarre dancing plague. Tears flow freely, carving paths down their cheeks as they seek solace in each other's embrace. Silent sobs rack their bodies, a symphony of sorrow echoing through the ancient cobblestone street. Each member clings to the others, seeking strength in a shared moment of profound loss. The cobblestone street witnesses their collective grief, a stark reminder of the plague's cruel toll. In the bustling bakery, a baker, dusted with flour, proudly presents a loaf of rye bread. He pauses, his eyes narrowing as he scrutinizes the bread, a shadow of doubt creeping into his expression. Dark blotches mar the otherwise perfect loaf, confirming his worst fears. Disgust contorts his features as he recoils from the tainted bread. With a swift, decisive motion, he condemns the loaf to the trash, a symbol of wasted effort and compromised quality. A winding dirt path meanders through the countryside, an escape from the distant city. Distant, the ancient shrine waits, a beacon in the hills. Weary dancers, led by their priest, journey towards hope and healing. Their faces reflect exhaustion, yet their steps carry a determined hope. Saint Vitus's shrine stands as a promise of solace against the serene landscape. Inside the shrine, dancers move with fervent devotion, their bodies a blur of endless motion. Lost in prayer, they leap and twirl before the solemn statue. Each sway and turn is a whispered plea, a testament to their unwavering faith. The air vibrates with the energy of their devotion, a palpable connection to the divine. The streets of Strasbourg mirror a city devoured by the relentless dancing plague. Exhausted dancers, manic and wild, move in a macabre ballet. Buildings crumble as terrified onlookers witness the chaos. The relentless dancing plague consumes Strasbourg, leaving despair in its wake. A city descends into madness, the streets a stage for uncontrollable movements. Strasbourg's streets echo with the frantic energy of the dancing plague, a symphony of chaos. In the dimly lit bedroom, Frau Trofia's husband sits on the edge of the bed, his heart heavy with sorrow and helplessness. He watches Frau Trofia, her movements ethereal in the moonlight as she dances in her sleep, a strange and haunting ballet. The moonlight paints long shadows across the room, accentuating the deep lines of worry etched upon his face. He extends a trembling hand towards her, a gesture of love and concern, yet fear holds him back. He hesitates, caught between the desire to comfort and the fear of shattering her serene dream. Unable to disturb her nocturnal dance, he withdraws his hand, his eyes reflecting a profound sense of helplessness and love. A fresh wave of dancers descends upon Strasbourg, their expressions a blend of morbid curiosity and awe. Drawn by the plague's spectacle, their wide eyes reflect the scene's grim reality. They assemble at the crowd's periphery, observing the unfolding drama with rapt attention. The dancers' faces are masks of curiosity and morbid fascination, a silent symphony of emotions. The dancers stand at the edge, their eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and morbid fascination. Inside the town hall, solemn magistrates gather, their expressions grave as they prepare to pass judgment. Sunlight floods the chamber, illuminating the air with dancing dust motes. The polished table reflects the somber mood, adding to the gravity of the scene. A collective nod seals their decision, heavy with consequence. The air hangs thick with anticipation as the verdict looms. The musicians begin packing their instruments, preparing to depart from Strasbourg. With their instruments packed, the musicians leave the city one by one. A profound silence descends upon Strasbourg, heavy and unsettling. The once vibrant street now stands empty, the silence amplifying the eerie stillness. In the heart of Strasbourg, a silent symphony unfolds under the cloak of night. The dancers move as if possessed, their bodies responding to a silent, inner rhythm, movements fluid and hypnotic. Driven by an unseen force, their steps grow more fervent, the night air vibrating with unspoken energy. Each dancer is lost in their own world, yet united by an invisible thread, their passion igniting the darkened streets. The silent dance continues, an eternal expression of the soul unleashed in the Strasbourg night. A solemn procession makes its way through the grand church, the air heavy with anticipation. The priest's face is a mask of concern as he chants prayers for deliverance. Incense fills the air, swirling around the figures as they move in solemn procession. The congregation whispers, their voices hushed with reverence and fear. A wave of hushed whispers sweeps through the church as the procession continues. In the heart of Strasbourg, dancers sway to the rhythm, their movements fluid and harmonious. A sudden shift as some dancers stumble, confusion clouding their eyes. Fear grips them as visions of demons and angels dance before their eyes, blurring the line between worlds. Heaven and hell collide in their minds, reality and illusion indistinguishable. Under the cold hum of fluorescent lights, the hospital pulses with a frenetic energy. A panorama of beds stretches out, each occupied, in a stark display of overwhelming need. The faces of doctors and nurses are masks of exhaustion, their movements betraying a desperate urgency. Limited resources strain under the sheer weight of patients, amplifying the sense of crisis. Each hurried step and whispered consultation underscores the battle against time and overwhelming odds. Strasbourg's once bustling streets now stand desolate, mirroring a ghost town where life has been cruelly extinguished or desperately abandoned. Echoes of former days whisper through the empty squares, where laughter and life have been replaced by an eerie silence. Each silent street tells a tale of loss, with homes standing vacant as monuments to those who have vanished. The city's heart beats no more, as its rhythm is silenced by the absence of its people. Strasbourg bears witness to a world altered forever, now a haunting reminder of what was and what can never be again. In the dim town hall, dust motes shimmer in the sunlight, illuminating the magistrate's weariness. The magistrates sit slumped, exhaustion etched deeply into their faces. Faint music and rhythmic footfalls drift through the open windows. They realize they cannot stop the dancing plague. Defeated, the magistrates stare blankly ahead, listening to the distant music. Under the pale moonlight, the dancers move with relentless energy, their forms fluid against the night. The dancers continue their tireless performance, each step echoing in the night. The dancers are moving with a haunting grace, their shadows stretching long in the dim light. Their movements are a blend of passion and precision, each gesture telling a silent story. The dancers are leaping into the air, their bodies silhouetted against the moonlit sky. In the dimly lit house, Frau Trophia collapses, her breath growing shallow. Exhaustion claims her frail body succumbing to its relentless grasp. Her husband kneels beside her, his strong arms offering a final embrace. Silent tears stream down his face as he cradles her, his grief a palpable presence. Her eyes flutter shut, sealing a lifetime of memories within their depths. Darkness descends as Frau Trophia breathes her last, leaving her husband in silent despair. The frenzied dance slows, bodies collapsing onto the cobblestones. Some find death, their final dance ending in stillness. Others regain lucidity, the madness fading from their eyes. The streets, once a chaotic ballet, now echo with a heavy silence. The church is filled with mournful organ music, the sound resonating through the hallowed halls. Sunlight streams through the stained glass windows, casting colorful patterns across the somber scene. Rows of pews are filled with faces etched with grief, a silent testament to loss. At the altar, a priest stands tall, his presence a beacon of solemnity and strength. His voice echoes through the sacred space, each word a comforting balm to wounded hearts. The congregation listens intently, finding solace in the timeless rituals of faith and remembrance. The cobblestone streets of Strasbourg awaken as merchants display their wares, and children playfully chase pigeons. Life returns to the square, masking an underlying sense of disquiet. Cobblestone streets teem with renewed activity, yet a palpable unease lingers beneath the veneer of recovery. Strasbourg remembers the dancing plague. An undercurrent of fear flows through the bustling streets of Strasbourg. Inside the town hall, sunlight pierces through arched windows, casting a stark light on the magistrate's grave assembly. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams, an eerie echo of the dancing plague that haunts their thoughts. Worried glances are exchanged, the burden of their office heavy in the air. The weight of responsibility is etched deeply on each magistrate's face. Laughter fills the Strasbourg street as children play, their joy a stark contrast to the stern gaze of a watching woman. A stern-faced woman stands in a doorway, her eyes conveying a silent warning amidst the children's play. An old man shakes his head, a hint of sadness in his eyes as he watches the children's carefree movements. The cobblestone street, seemingly ordinary, carries a silent tension, a reminder: never dance uncontrollably. Sunlight streams into the library, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as towering shelves of ancient books loom in the shadows. Amidst the towering shelves, a historian hunches over a massive, leather-bound book, his face etched with weariness. The historian pores over the ancient tome, his fingers stained with ink as he searches for answers. Frustration mounts as the historian runs a hand through his thinning hair, a sigh escaping his lips. The weight of ages presses down on the historian as he struggles to unlock the secrets hidden within the ancient pages. Amidst the vibrant chaos of a Strasbourg street, an old woman stands, her eyes lost in the distance. A flicker of fear ignites within her aged eyes, a sorrowful memory surfacing from the depths of time. The bustling street fades as the echoes of the dancing plague resonate within her mind. Her gaze sharpens with sudden clarity, the weight of history pressing down upon her frail shoulders. In her eyes, a reflection of the past, a sorrowful tale etched into the wrinkles of her face. Bathed in the warm glow of the bakery lights, the baker stands motionless, his gaze intensely scrutinizing a loaf of rye bread. He squints, his eyes narrowing as he searches for any imperfection, any sign of the dreaded ergot. With meticulous care, he rotates the loaf, ensuring every inch of the crust meets his exacting standards. His focused expression reveals the weight of his responsibility, the dedication to his craft. He gently probes the crumb, his touch delicate yet firm, confirming its texture and quality. Satisfied, he nods almost imperceptibly, a silent testament to his unwavering commitment to perfection. Under a vast sky, the countryside teems with pilgrims, their hopeful silhouettes dotting the landscape. Drawn by faith, they converge upon the sacred shrine of Saint Vitus, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. Upon hallowed ground, they kneel, their heads bowed in reverence, hands clasped tightly as prayers ascend. Each whispered supplication is a shield, a desperate plea for protection from the plagues that loom like shadows. The air is thick with incense, its fragrant tendrils weaving through the multitude of prayers, binding them together in a tapestry of faith. In this symphony of devotion, hope flickers, a fragile flame against the winds of despair, as each soul seeks solace and salvation. Sunlight pierces through the stained glass, painting the church in vibrant hues as dust motes dance in the air. At the altar, the priest stands, his face a canvas of deep concern. With fervent gestures, he warns, "We must be vigilant against the temptations that surround us." His voice echoes with urgency. Sin is a treacherous path, leading only to darkness and despair. He pleads with the unseen congregation, "Repentance is the key. Turn away from your transgressions, seek forgiveness, and embrace the light of salvation." Strasbourg slumbers, veiled by a starlit sky, its silence profound and undisturbed. Beneath the stillness, the cobblestone whispers echoes of forgotten melodies, stirring the haunting presence of the dancing plague. A spectral dance lingers in the air, an unseen rhythm pulsating through the ancient stones, a city's past refusing to be silenced. The stars cast long shadows, each stone a silent witness to the history etched into Strasbourg's very soul. The sterile hospital room buzzes with hushed urgency, doctors clustered around monitors displaying complex brain scans. Each scan is a silent scream, each chart a labyrinth of despair. Their faces, etched with concern, reflect the weight of a mystery threatening to consume them all. Hushed whispers cut through the sterile silence, each word a desperate plea for answers. In this race against time, their resolve is the only weapon against the encroaching hysteria. In the heart of Strasbourg, dancers move with perfect synchronicity, each step deliberate and precise. Their feet strike the cobblestones in unison, a rhythmic pulse echoing through the historic streets. With measured grace, they weave patterns of tradition, a vibrant tapestry of movement and heritage. Each turn and gesture tells a story, a silent narrative passed down through generations. The sun casts long shadows as they leap and twirl, their joy radiating into the ancient square. In a final, unified pose, they stand as symbols of Strasbourg's enduring cultural spirit. Inside the town hall, solemn magistrates convene around a polished table, their expressions grave under the sunlight. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, lighting up the dust motes that dance in the air. Their voices echo with concern as they deliberate on new public health measures. Papers rustle, and nods of agreement are exchanged as the plan solidifies. Strasbourg rises majestically, its rebuilt glory gleaming under the sun. Sunlight graces the new cobblestone streets, reflecting the city's rebirth. Buildings, once marred, now stand radiant, symbols of resilience. The air vibrates with a renewed energy, echoing Strasbourg's unwavering spirit. A city rebuilt, brick by brick, pulsing with life and hope. Sunlight bathes the library as Anna, a historian consumed by her task, sits amidst towering stacks of ancient tomes. The quill scratches across parchment, each stroke meticulously documenting the strange and terrifying dancing plague. She is completely absorbed in her work, meticulously documenting the details of the dancing plague. The weight of history bears down on Anna as she carefully chooses her words. The ancient cobblestone street in Strasbourg awakens with life as children's laughter dances on the air, echoing off the old buildings. Graffiti art explodes on a nearby wall, depicting figures dancing in ecstasy, a modern echo of the dancing plague. Lost in time, a group of teenagers huddles around a digital tablet, their eyes glued to a documentary about the historical event. The sun casts long shadows, a silent witness as a new generation absorbs the lessons of the past. The cobblestone street thrives with youth and art, their lives intertwined, unknowingly echoing the past. Sunlight paints the church in vibrant hues, illuminating swirling dust motes as the priest kneels in solemn prayer. His weathered hands tighten around the rosary, his silent plea echoing through the hallowed halls. Gaunt and sorrowful, the priest remembers the harrowing scenes, faces contorted in manic glee. The weight of memory presses down, a heavy burden in the sacred space as he silently prays. Grant them peace, O Lord, and heal the wounds of this afflicted land, he whispers, his voice barely audible. Strasbourg stands, a city etched with the indelible marks of history. The streets below bustle with life, oblivious to the echoes of a bizarre and tragic past. Even now, the city bears witness to the resilience of the human spirit, a testament to survival. Strasbourg remains a poignant reminder of the events of 1518, forever imprinted in its stones.